Hello Virgo, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self to ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve? As I do in all of my readings, I pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme of the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second, but I still have the tarot deck I'll be using, the clarification deck, and the advice deck I'll be pulling from to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Virgo. In your recent past, you have the Tower with mystery. I feel as if you've experienced a tower in your recent past. You know, the Tower is an emotionally charged event, usually feeling as if your life is falling apart. It doesn't have to be that drastic or dramatic. You know, it just kind of depends on where you're at in your own life. But I do feel like it threw you into this like mystery energy, this having no idea like how things are going to be okay, where you're going to end up, what it looks like. And it's not always a bad thing when that happens. You know, getting thrown into the unknown like that can also open up a lot of doors that we didn't even really know we had access to. You know, sometimes our life does have to fall apart so that better things can fall into place. Now, at the time, it doesn't feel like that. And I'm not saying you should feel like that. You know, we kind of have to move through the experience. However, we need to move through it. But you know, I do very much think that through what you're going through, you're stepping into better than what is behind you. You might just not fully see how that's the case yet. Because in your current energy, you have beginnings with the Empress energy. That has nothing to do with whether you're male or female. You know, this Empress energy is about choosing yourself, putting yourself first, taking care of yourself, making sure that your needs are being met before you're solely focused on meeting the needs of others. You know, because we can only show up in this world to the extent that we show it for ourselves. Because if you're constantly giving and meeting the needs of everybody else around you, but you're not taking care of yourself and you're not being taken care of, eventually your cup is going to run dry. You are not going to have anything else to give. And I feel like that very well could have been a part of what led to the Tower in the past. You just kind of got to this place where you're like, I have nothing left to give, or the universe was kind of saving you from ever getting to that place. Now, with this beginnings card, obviously you're stepping into a new beginning in your life. And I feel like through this process, because the overall theme of the reading is growth, so I feel through this process, you're growing a lot. And I think that, you know, sometimes we forget that life really is about healing and growth. It is a process of, you know, adapting and facing ourselves and working through uncomfortable emotions, and it's a lifelong journey. But the more that we grow, the more that our inner world elevates, and the more that our relationship with ourself progresses, our life outside of us is going to reflect that back at you. So as long as the more that you start, you know, the more growth you experience, the more your life is going to improve, is basically what I'm saying. In your immediate future, you have take the lead with the Wheel of Fortune here. So this is very much about taking your life into your own hands. I feel like to a certain extent, this could be about taking your life back, even taking your life back from a relationship that didn't serve you, or a job or a path that didn't serve you, and stepping into a reality that aligns more with, you know, who you're wanting to be and who you're who essentially you were meant to be. And I feel like, you know, again, and I understand this to the deepest extent, but sometimes when our life is, you know, when we're going through what actually feels horrible, sometimes it can actually be good in the end. And I'm not saying, oh, you should be so grateful with where you're at. Like, it's, you know, it's fine. Okay. I'm not trying to invalidate anyone's feelings. You're having a human experience, and that human experience comes with very, very real human emotions and perceptions and all the stuff. But, you know, I want this, you know, reading and really just kind of the readings on my channel in general to be these messages of hope, to say that things can get better. And just because things have fallen apart doesn't mean you've lost your chance at happiness or at peace or at abundance or whatever the case might be. But okay, Virgo, let's look at this past energy of mystery with the Tower. recent past for Virgo, please. Page of Wands. Huh, okay. Hang on. And then there's the Tower. Queen of Swords in reverse, Page of Wands, and the Tower. Same Tower, obviously. Okay. So, I think it's safe to say that things did not turn out the way that you wanted them to in your recent past energy. And I think that sometimes when things don't go quite as we expect, we have a tendency to get really, really in our head. And we get really in our head and we start to say, okay, since things didn't go the way I wanted or expected, that must mean enter worst case scenario. You know, since this relationship didn't work out, that must mean I'm going to be alone forever, or I'm never going to have the love that I deserve or that I desire. Or since this job didn't work out or this promotion didn't work out, like I'm never going to get to where I want to be in my life or in my career. You know, we have a tendency to say just because something didn't go our way, that must mean that we're never going to get there or that it's never going to happen for us. Now, if we were to look at everything from the universe's perspective, which is never, you know, of course, you're, again, human having a human experience. It's not always easy to do. What isn't working out in your way is working out in a better way. Now, we just have to be open to that path in order to get there. You know, I've seen throughout my life so many people who experience things not working out the way that they expected, and then they kind of just give up. They give up on their dreams, or they give up on love, or they give up on whatever the case is, you know, whatever it is they're trying to create or that they once wanted. And I get it. You know, sometimes when things fall apart, you put so much effort into something and it doesn't work out, you know, you get to this point where you go, well, what's the point? You know, if I worked all this time for something that ended up not working out, and now maybe you feel like you're starting over with this new beginning that you're stepping into. But the universe, if you were, again, to look at it from the universe's perspective, the universe is saying, again, rejection, divine redirection, protection, all that. But a lot of times things don't work out so that we can have better. And if we're willing to kind of trust the process, we can actually create in our existence better experiences than we would have been able to have if things had worked out the way that we wanted them to. So I feel like this is a lot of like kind of just trusting the process, trusting the timing of your life. I know it's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. All right, recent past for Virgo. Oh my gosh, what is this? Okay, I'm going to clarify the Tower, because the Tower came out again, and you saw the way that came out. Like, the Tower is something to say. What is this about? What is this Tower? What? What's going on here at this Tower? So 6 of Wands, I feel like there's one more in here. Knight of Swords in reverse, chasing something, putting all of your energy into something that ultimately wasn't meant for you. And what I mean by that is that I'm not saying you wasted your time in this experience like you never should have gone through. Okay, we go through every single experience because we need to. And this one is no different. In fact, I even bet that this experience is necessary in order for you to grow, to align further with what it is you truly desire. Hence the growth here. But sometimes, you know, when we're trying to control or force or chase, we're coming from this place, not sometimes. The underlying energy of chasing is fear. So when we're chasing something, we're literally saying, I'm afraid it's never going to happen, therefore I must make it happen. I must burn myself out working 1,000,000 hours a week in order to be financially stable. I must stay in this relationship or fight for this person, you know, get this person to see my value and to love me the way that I deserve, or else I'm never going to have another chance at love. And those beliefs, they keep us stuck in places that actually block our ability to have what it is we're ultimately looking for. Financial abundance, unconditional love, all the things that we're trying to force and create. Now, it is a very natural, understandable thing for you to want to chase. It's not something that I think any of us really realize that we're doing it until we get to the other side of it. We look back and we really see the difference between attracting and chasing. But when we are it's like you get this, not you in particular, but you get this like narrow-minded view of your life, and you say things have to go this way, and if they don't go this way, then I'm going to be unhappy, or I'm never going to be loved, or whatever the case is. And when we get so stuck in needing things to work out the way that we need them to work out, we think we need them to work out, we block ourselves from what's really meant for us. And I feel like the universe is trying to tell you through this, especially bringing the Tower out again. Spirit is trying to tell you, if you chase and you force what consistently isn't working, it's never going to be sustainable, because the universe will never let you settle where you are not meant to settle. The universe will never let you accept less than what you deserve for the long term. Eventually, a tower moment will come through. Eventually, you'll experience the other person leaving the relationship. Something will always happen to pull you out of places that you don't belong, not because you can't have it, but because you deserve better. And I feel like that's what this whole kind of like looking at this is the reason why this happened the way that it did. Is it's not the universe saying you can't have it, or that it's not for you. It's the universe literally saying, like, you deserve better. You just maybe don't realize that better is possible for you, which is why this has been so hard. Reset past for Virgo. A lot of really heightened emotion. So Knight of Cups in reverse with the Five of Wands. A lot of really heightened emotions in this recent past energy. And this Five of Wands is kind of interesting here too, because the Five of Wands can be this energy of resisting what's good for you and chasing after what isn't good for you. It's funny. We as humans actually prefer a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. We prefer the lack of love and abundance and peace that we're used to, as opposed to the love, abundance, and peace that we desire. And sometimes we don't realize how we might choose to stay in situations that aren't as good as it can get for us, because we think that we have to, or we think that it'll never be better than that. And in that moment, when we're choosing to accept less than what we deserve, we're actually resisting ourselves from what it is that we truly want. And so this energy in your past, if this is your reading, this is very much a blessing in disguise kind of energy. This is very much the universe saying, things didn't work out, so things are still working out. That's what this feels like. Things are still working out, even though it doesn't feel like they're working out in the way that you think that you need them to, or that you expected them to. And I think that that's what this Take the Lead with the Wheel of Fortune is all about, is like, you'll see how good things can get when you get to where this is all leading you. Okay, so what does Virgo need to know about their current energy? Current energy for Virgo. All right, Virgo, we're breaking out of what's familiar. The Six of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. We're breaking out of what's familiar. The Six of Cups is this energy of what you're used to. It's, yes, it can represents the past. It represents places that you've been and all the things that you've acquired through those experiences. But it also represents the way that past experiences have made you feel and the desire for that familiarity. The universe is actually trying to spin the wheel in your favor here. The universe is actually trying to help you get to where you want to be in your life. But there's a part of you, Virgo, that keeps clinging to what is familiar over believing in what is possible. Now, this is like the number one way that human beings block themselves from the abundance that's possible for them. So this is not, I'm not blaming or shaming or saying like, I can't believe you're doing this, you're so stupid, Virgo. It's part of the process. It's part of the waking up process. It's part of a spiritual journey. Is we have to look at, okay, how am I choosing situations that feel familiar and comfortable, even if they don't make me happy, even if it doesn't align with what it is I truly deserve? And what can I do to stop doing that? How can I face the fear, of breaking out of the familiar? So what the universe is saying is it feels like you're stepping into a brand new phase of your life, a brand new beginning in your life, possibly in kind of all aspects. And it's about leaving behind that which doesn't align with the person you're trying to become. And that is really hard to do. One of the things they don't tell you about growth is that there's a lot of grieving. Because when you move into a new person that you're becoming, and you're stepping into that version of you, you're kind of required to let go of a lot that doesn't align with you anymore, that can't come where you're going, whether it's relationships or friendships or jobs or paths in general. And you don't only grieve those things, but you grieve the person that you thought you were going to be for the longest time before you grew. It's almost like you grieve who you used to be. And, I feel like I know that sounds kind of dramatic, but it feels like you're kind of going through this process of stepping into a new you, and you're having to let go of a lot that doesn't align with the you that you're stepping into. And that is going to be a challenge when you are, because a lot of times that happens when you're still in the process of becoming who you want to be, right? There's always this undoing, this great undoing before you really level up and step into the next phase of your life. And it's where you kind of go through the process of letting go of everything that can't come with you. That's what you're in right now, or that's what you've kind of been in, and I feel like are still kind of in, but are stepping into a new beginning. It's good though. I don't think it feels good, but it's good. It's very positive. Current energy for Virgo. I feel like I need to keep shuffling. So. Yeah, you're in this hermit mode energy right now. You've probably been either desiring or have been forced into spending some time with yourself, kind of in this hermit mode energy. And I feel like this is really, I don't know if it's necessarily a time of awakening for you. It could be. But it feels like you're really, this is a very transformative period. And I feel like right now, you're probably feeling really lost and unsure and I don't know, that's what this mystery is about, right? And I feel like that's kind of carrying over. Because in between kind of things falling apart and things rebuilding, there is a period of time where you're going, what the hell's going on? What's going to happen, to me? What's going to happen to my life? And I feel like you're kind of in that period right now. And it's kind of a period for reflection and to really focus on your inner environment so that you can make sure, because again, as above, so below, as within, so without, that inner world is going to reflect into your outer world. And I feel like right now is a time to really go within and look at, again, how are there certain things in your life that maybe don't serve you anymore, or maybe don't even align with what you desire anymore. What do you even want, Virgo? Have you taken the time to ask yourself that? What do I want out of my life? If I spent so long chasing something that didn't work out and that's not meant for me anymore, what do I want? What do I want my love life to look like? What do I want my finances to look like? What do I want my day-to-day to look like, allowing yourself to kind of get in tune with who it is you're stepping into, because I feel like you are kind of a new you in a way, and it's now about like getting to know this new you, which this new you is who you've always been. I think that, we just forget who we are because we get buried under limiting beliefs and trauma and society's expectations and all the stuff that we kind of have to, again, let go of and learn to undo on the journey of stepping into the life that we desire. All right, current energy for Virgo. King of Pentacles. So again, there you are, whether you're male or female. Ooh. And then the Star with the Three of Swords in reverse. Right now is a time of healing. It's a time of healing, which a time of healing is a time of hurting. So things probably suck right now. They probably don't feel, I'm not saying like circumstances do, but things probably don't feel great. You probably don't feel great right now. Or at least you're kind of, have been doing this healing thing for a while. And I feel like right now is really a time to embrace that. Healing is a lifelong journey, yes, but it's not like it just sucks all the time. It's always worth it. The more that you kind of go within and that you face the way that you feel and you face the fear and you do the shadow work, like, yeah, it's going to suck in the process. There's going to be a lot of releasing and a lot of emotions and a lot of uncomfortable feelings. But on the other side of that is freedom. And that's ultimately what we're looking for, is our freedom from limiting beliefs and from trauma and from what's held us back for so long. So right now, Virgo, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't think you're gonna like this. I think you're supposed to be feeling a little bit lost right now. I think that you're supposed to not have all the answers. You're supposed to be in this moment of your life right now. And one of the things that I think people kind of mistake me, like my role for, is I don't have all of the answers. I've never claimed to. I've never, it's never my goal to provide you with all of the answers. It's my goal to provide you with guidance so that you can take the best step forward with the information that you have in this moment right now, which is ultimately just helping you, connect to yourself and figure out what is best for you. And I think that right now, it is just a period of healing, and you can't rush healing. You can't just, snap your fingers and it be over. There's no magic trick for healing. It is about feeling and experiencing and facing, and you're doing all those things, or at least if this is your reading, that you are. And on the other side of this, look, is the Wheel of Fortune. Take the lead with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like stepping in to, oh my gosh, yeah, look, literally on the bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. It's like stepping into really positive changes, but you're having to go through this to get to those positive changes. So have faith in the process. I really feel like that's what this is about. All right, what does Virgo need to know moving forward? There you are again. Queen of Pentacles with the Fool. It's interesting seeing you come through as the King and Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like finding yourself within yourself. And that sounds a little cheesy, but I feel like that's what this is about. It's like finding yourself. And I think that you have a lot of fear about the future, Virgo. And, I get it. I take it from someone who has generalized anxiety disorder. The future never stops being scary. The unknown never stops being scary. Your faith and your confidence and your belief in the support of the universe just gets stronger. And that right there is, I feel, what this process is really teaching you. To trust that even when things don't work out the way that you expected, they're still working out, and maybe even better than you expect. And I feel like that is really where, we have to learn to kind of surrender to the process so that we can, allow ourselves to feel and experience everything we need to so that we can get to the other side of it. Time doesn't heal all wounds. Healing heals all wounds. And when you go in and you focus on the healing, that is never going to take you to worse places. Healing and shadow work and facing yourself on deep levels, that's always going to lead you to bigger and better things. Always, always, always. Because I see you, Virgo, you are stepping into a new freaking life. A new phase. I don't know if it's a new beginning. Maybe in some area of your life, maybe in a lot of different areas. It feels very new. And it feels like it could apply to a lot of different aspects. And that's super freaking scary, okay? That's the unknown and new beginnings and change. It's all so scary. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means that it's scary. And the more that it's about learning to look forward to what could go right instead of constantly fearing what could go wrong, which is something that is not easy to do. But I feel like the universe is saying you have a lot to look forward to. And the more that you kind of allow yourself to be in this moment of your life while trusting that things are going to get better, that you're going to get to where you want to be, that things are going to improve, the wheel is still going to turn in your favor. It's just, you got to let go of your timeline of when things need to happen and your control of exactly how they need to happen. All right, what else does Virgo need to know moving forward? Yeah, I don't think it feels like it, but you have a lot to look forward to here, Virgo. 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. The freaking Sun. Ace of Swords? Oh, Ace of Wands. This is exciting energy. This is really exciting energy. It's that's what I get, excitement. With the 6 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, passion, success, this, being where you want to be. The Sun, obviously, bright, positive energy, joy, fulfillment. There's so much good ahead of you, Virgo. I feel like you have absolutely no idea how much good ahead of you there is. In fact, I feel like you are so focused on what didn't work out, which, okay, this, what to expect moving forward is always, if you were to move forward in alignment with your higher self, okay? If you consistently go back to what's familiar, you might stay in a cycle, okay? But if you break out of that cycle and you choose to trust that the universe has your back, you got a lot to look forward to. More than you even freaking know. Because the Fool with the Sun, it's brand new energy. It's brand spanking new in your life, and it's good. It's warm. The 6 of Pentacles is there. The Temperance. It's good. I think this feels really out of reach for you right now, but I think it's supposed to. I think that's what this period in your life is about. Again, it's like you always kind of go through that process of the undoing, right? Things seemingly falling apart to fall back together in a way that's even better than they fell apart. What else does Virgo need to know moving forward? Said the Temperance. Patience is key. It's not going to happen overnight. It's probably not going to happen when you want it to. It never does. Never works out in our timeline. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Leaning into trusting the universe. When you're able to trust the universe, you're able to go through every single phase of your life, knowing that everything that's happening, good or bad, is always leading you to where you're supposed to be. And it's not easy, but your fear, your doubt, the unknown, the fear and doubt is never gonna go away. The unknown is never gonna be less scary. But the more that you try to trust that you're being guided and that you're supported by something bigger than you, universe, spirit, higher self, God, whatever resonates with you, the more that you're gonna be able to step into this energy of surrendering to where you're at, surrendering to what has happened or hasn't happened, and learning to listen to divine guidance, showing up for yourself when you can, and letting go and trusting the universe when it comes to the rest. So I feel like you have more to look forward to than you even know, You're supposed to be where you're at right now. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. That was also kind of a theme in the Capricorn reading. You're not supposed to have all the answers. You're not supposed to have it figured out. You're in a phase of healing, hermit mode, going through the process of facing yourself, shadow work, all that stuff. And if you're not doing those things, maybe it's time to start, tapping into some of that healing energy. I recommend, if you're like, I don't know where to start, shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. There are so many shadow work journals out there for you that can help you tremendously with kind of the self-help, self-healing journey, and shadow work. That's a lot. So many of my readings are focused on shadow work, because shadow work, facing yourself and healing the parts of yourself and bringing them to light, is key. But I feel like you got a lot to look forward to. I feel like I keep saying that. I feel like you need to hear it. We're going to hop on over to the extended. So this is what you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. The extended is what you can do right now to ensure you move forward in alignment with your higher self. So some more kind of just tangible advice moving forward. Thank you so much, Virgo, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Virgo, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Virgo.